Hey, it's the Porch Podcast.
Come on.
It's the Porch Podcast.
Now come on.
It's the Porch Podcast.
Yes, sir.
It's the Porch Podcast. Hey. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy DJ E, Mr. Enfluential, and I'm rocking with my brother.
The original.
Oh, P.
Yo.
What's going on, man? Like, yeah, what, you don't feel safe in the studio?
No, listen, look, everything's fine, and I feel like it. I like you real, I feel good. I'm just me, moving cautiously.
But I'm saying, bro, like, you've never had a mask on in the studio.
Okay.
I know how cautious you are as my brother. I know how you can be and how cautious you are, but you safe, man. You can take that off.
Yeah, I understand that, man. Listen, I ain't never been in the midst of a pandemic either, though.
You're not gonna take it off?
All right, man. All right. Damn, 'cause I want you to be comfortable, man. You all right though? All right, as long as you all right.
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Oh, that's some bullshit right there. Yo, welcome to the Porch Podcast, baby. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen, I'm just gonna do this. Don't knock us for our shameless plug for the Porch Podcast mask. You need the Porch Podcast. Holler at us, mask. This the mask. Let us know if you need it. Let's go. All right,
yes, sir.
All right. So as they know, the name of this episode is Good Energy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, good energy, man. No matter what you do, good energy is vital, like I say all the time, because of the fact that usually when you're trying to separate yourself from a stagnant mindset, or you're trying to separate yourself and grow, it requires you to make sure you put yourself around as much positivity as you possibly can. Yeah. So some of the things that come to mind is that, like, we don't often write down life plans, and I think that we should.
Right.
A lot of times we kind of live life, whether we believe it or not, on the fly.
Right.
So as like things are going on.
I know I live on the fly because I feel like I am fly.
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
But that's a different fly.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Now.
I just wanted to say that.
Okay, and that's what's up. But that's part of, guess what? That's part
Living
of good
life
energy.
on the fly.
And that's part of good energy, right?
Yeah.
Because more often than not, right? We know that the reason why we don't capitalize on things sometimes is because of the fact that we refuse to separate ourselves from the things that compromise us being in a winning position, merely because of the fact that we want to take, like I said before, everybody with us.
Everybody,
right?
yeah, everybody.
We worry about everybody's feelings. Not saying that you should step on or mash on people's feelings, but we worried about acceptance. You know what I mean? Like we talk about all the time, we worried about being validated by people. Right. So not to sound, repetitive about things, but this concept that we're going to be talking about today is dealing with good energy. How to identify good energy, how to be able to take it and make sure that you utilize it to just, perpetuate you to the next level. And how to just basically recognize that in people, in your circumstances, and make adjustments accordingly.
Exactly. Well, to agree with you on this situation and to piggyback off what you're saying, good energy is very, very important when it comes to anything.
Right.
Anything.
Right.
Okay? But the way you start off by having good energy is, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, it starts the night before, not the morning of. Everybody will tell you the way you start your day.
Right.
Is the way it's going to
play. So preparation is a biggie then.
Right?
Okay.
It is the way you start your day. But I've learned that most people start their day well when they've had a good night.
Absolutely.
See, I'm telling you here right now, everybody.
Whatever kind of good night.
Yeah, whatever good with it. Hey, we going to have a good night. Good night. Hey. Yeah. Hey, huh?
Okay.
Huh?
Wait.
Huh? Wait a minute.
Okay.
Well, huh?
Go and do it.
Listen. Pop had good nights. I know he did in life. Huh? What he huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Right.
So,
listen.
You starting that day with a good night, coming from a good night.
From a good night.
Go ahead with it, brother.
All right, I'm going to tell you now, with a good night.
Right.
That means good rest.
Got to get some rest.
You got to get some rest.
That's right.
And that leads me to the question of this. And I was having this conversation this morning with my man, DJ Ronsky. Shout out to him. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ronsky. Shout out to Ronsky.
Lil Bruh, shout out.
Yeah. Listen. So we was sitting here and we was talking.
Right.
You know what I mean? This white got me looking fat too. But listen, Um,
Y'all was talking.
yeah.
Because they can't see you like on the actual podcast thing. They didn't know what color you had on or anything.
But they can see us if they go to the Porch Podcast on YouTube.
There you go.
That's
but they can't
It's a
see
plug.
you. They can't see you on Amazon Music,
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts, Stitcher,
Spotify. Radio 1.
Radio 1,
Overcast.
Overcast.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, but
it works.
it's working.
Yeah.
And it's all available there to you. But go ahead, brother.
All right.
You talked to McGirt this morning, DJ Bonsky.
So we said, you know, he was like, man, I went to the bed, man. I was in the bed 9 o'clock last night. That was different for me. And I
Right.
was like, yeah, you know, that's a lot of that shit's normal for
That's
me.
a good different, right?
Right.
Well,
He's like-
okay, all right, yeah.
And I said, man, I'll be talking to sometimes to the young boys I know. And I'll be like, you be up late for what?
You asked the young brothers that?
Yeah, yeah, man, I just ain't ready to go to bed. I might be up playing video game, and you know what I mean?
Right.
This and that. Oh. You getting paid off that video game? It was only 2 things used to keep me up late back in the day: getting money and getting money.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The right way.
Right,
You
right,
know,
right,
but
right,
that,
right,
that's
right.
that's about it. And I was trying to understand, I'm trying to make them understand that this is part of their preparation for the next day of having good energy.
Yeah.
Some of the guys that I know that's younger that I supervise can't get to work on time, don't want to be there. And it start with the fact that you just ain't get no good sleep last night, bro.
Nah, you ain't snitching or nothing. Go ahead.
No, I ain't snitching.
Right.
I ain't say
Right.
nobody's name.
Yeah, go ahead. Nah.
Yeah.
So they get to work on time or they don't get to
They
work
don't-
on
you
time.
probably, dang, you maybe you just wait.
No, I didn't make you do anything, brother. It was
No,
done.
listen.
No, when I brought it to the attention, it was already out there. But anyway, they need to get there on time.
Wait, no. But nobody even thought about. We was making a point. Nobody thought about snitching till you said something.
Most of the snitches don't think anybody's thinking that.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Okay.
But
so
go ahead.
so listen. Oh, what are you saying? Don't kill the good energy in here.
Right. No, it's still good.
All right.
It's still good because I'm not one of the guys you supervise.
Okay, let me get my captain's hat because you about to make me switch up everything.
Listen.
Let's just stay with the good energy.
If you feel a need, put that camera on. If you feel the need to do anything that's going to make you comfortable, whether it's a captain's hat or whatever kind of hat, right now, it's a snitch's hat.
Oh.
But the good energy thing
Yeah.
starts with a good night's rest, right?
Starts with a good night's rest.
They don't have to, you ask the basic question.
Right.
You're up all night or however long you call
Why?
late.
Yeah.
What is the benefit for that for you for the next day
If you-
or any day?
If you're preparing yourself for your next day or preparing yourself for your next move is good. But we all know that the start of the day is important, right? We know that.
Absolutely.
So that's why it's called the start of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But at night, it's hard to start your day well if you don't get proper rest.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of these people that's running around here telling you, I sleep when I'm dead. They just sound cool sometimes. They go to sleep.
Cool.
They
I
know.
mean, I get it.
Nah, I hustle, man. I'm hustling so hard. I sleep when I'm dead. And I'm not knocking you for that. What
Right.
I'm saying is
Right.
you're talking. You go to sleep, man.
Yeah.
You go to sleep.
Yeah, the body gonna get some rest whether
Yeah,
you
it
think
has
you're tired
to.
or not. If not, it doesn't function.
If
well.
you
That's
don't
all you
if
saying.
you don't shut it down, it'll shut you down.
Right.
That's it. You know what I
That's
mean? Let me
just
do
like
that
I
one more
said.
time.
Go ahead.
If you don't shut it down,
Right.
it'll shut you down.
And that goes back to what we talked about before with a cycle, right? Which is why sometimes people go to the doctors or whatever the case may be like that, and they say, look, my what is off? My sleep cycle is
My
off.
sleep cycle, yeah.
I mean, it's a vital situation that you need to get some rest. And I think the older you get, because when we're younger, man, we don't think that we need to, recharge.
Right.
And for some reason, when we're younger, we think we're going to miss something.
Right.
Like you scared to go to sleep and wake up and somebody had a good time somewhere else. It was okay, man.
It's okay that you
You
missed
really
it.
wasn't
You
part
meant
of it.
You meant to miss that.
Yeah. I mean, I got
know what I
homeboys
mean?
used to say stuff like, hey, man, I got a phone, man. I know you got a phone, man. What you talking
Yeah,
about?
what you talking about?
Yeah, I saw the pictures on Facebook or something like that. Something that I wouldn't have mind being there. Fam, and it would have been nice to have you there.
Yeah.
But it was okay. Because, it was one of those things where you needed some sleep that night and you didn't come.
Yeah.
You sound well.
Yeah.
Your energy sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for when you younger, man, you just scared to death you're going to miss some. Kind of like what you was talking about before. How you said, the need for everybody to be first at something.
Yeah, everybody can't be first.
Everybody can't be first, and you can't be at everything.
Right, you can't be first. Listen,
You
the
know?
fact that when you sit there and you explain that everybody can't be first, when you're trying to be first as something, first of all, you was already inspired by something to do it.
Right.
So a lot of times you're doing something that somebody else doing, but you might be the first person to do a certain part.
Yeah.
Right? So when everybody's trying to be first, that alone is the wrong energy.
Yeah, jokers be capping too.
That's
though,
not
man.
even. That's not even. Ooh, you used a young boy word.
Yeah, not only because I want to relate.
Yeah, you
right
said
now I'm
you
trying
be
to relate.
capping.
So no, let me tell you. Look, I didn't know what that shit meant for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
Till some, took
I
somebody young to
I got a
explain
cap
something.
on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like that ain't. You know what I'm saying?
We used to have cap guns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
we
black
used to
joints
have-
with little
yeah.
orange, little round things, revolver.
Remember the first time the cap gun came out the bag? Listen, as soon as it came out, that shit looked like.
Oh my gosh.
What is
We're
this?
playing cops and robbers now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
We had little crazy holsters and everything. No, what I was gonna say is it's funny. If I understand that terminology, capping right, and if I'm using it wrong, feel free to leave a comment.
I know what it is. I'll tell you if you say
Feel
it
free
wrong.
to leave a comment.
Now you use it
All
right.
right. Now, here's the funny thing. That same example I gave you about, like, somebody look up and be like, damn, that party looked like it was nice. Oh, what's your name was there? And they tagged him in it and all this, that, and the third. That's how they see it, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny because if it looked like the people in that picture was having a great time, and they might not have been having a great time, but they not have took good pictures, right?
Right.
They'll say something like, damn, you know what I mean? That's crazy. They ain't holler at me. And they'll take offense, right?
They'll take it personal.
They'll feel some type of way because they made a decision for themselves to fall back. Oh, well, damn, I ain't know about it. But even if you knew about it, it seems to me like you needed to get some rest. So it doesn't matter whether you knew it or not because you needed to recharge.
Right.
Right? So they'll turn around. Like, it's funny how people claim this genius mindset when things fall in favor the way they wanted to go.
Genius.
Exactly. Like, for instance, they'll turn around and if they see a party or something was on Facebook, Instagram, or one of those, they'll say, damn, that's crazy. I know that shit was fun, man. This shit would have been crazy if I was there. Like, they would have brung the whole shit would have been amazing if they was there. Or they turn around and be like, damn, somebody else tell them about it. But yeah, that shit was whack. Or the party wasn't all that. It was that and third. They'll turn around and they be geniuses. Then they'd be like, yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be all that. That's why I fell back and I ain't
that's
come.
why I didn't been. Listen, I needed to get some rest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
I
it's like a convenient thing.
hindsight.
Yeah, it's like, but it's smoke because really,
Yeah.
it's really blowing smoke because of the fact that in my mind, I got to create this acceptable situation.
So now all of a sudden, so basically what you saying is this: when it was good, when it's a hit, it's like, damn, you could have hit me.
Yeah.
I wanted to come.
Right.
But then when it was ass,
Right.
now all of a sudden they're a genie. They're not even Merlin now. They're George the genie.
Yeah. Yeah. Ain't that something?
Yeah, like I already
Because
knew
they
that.
find a way to
I
make
knew,
it
I
make
knew
sense.
that it was gonna be bullshit. No, you didn't.
You didn't know that.
You didn't
So
know that.
it brings me to something else. Talking about social media. So I'm kind of, scrolling through like everybody else at this point because,
Right.
that's what people do when they just sitting back kicking it sometimes. So I come across a statement, and the statement on there was more in line with the concept of, I want to make sure I say it right. I don't want to misquote it.
Okay.
Okay, so let me bring that up because I want to make sure that I say it right. It wasn't a long statement, but it was something that I thought was kind of comical because it's really just that's just that straightforward. And it said change starts from within, not by moving to Atlanta. Now, no shade, definitely no shade at all towards Atlanta.
Oh, not at all.
Shout out to the people
Yeah,
in
because
Atlanta.
I might move there one day.
Anything is possible, right? But it made me look at it because I started reading some of the comments and stuff like that, and it was funny because, it was more mixed than I thought it would be. But here's my point in that: if you don't, shit just got weird, y'all. Y'all ain't even see it, man. If you don't develop the mindset that you need to be able to change your mind wherever you are, and you think that magically, I said magically, changing your zip code is going to automatically make it happen, then that's just futile and foolish thinking. Because, like I was telling my brother, I said foolish people will do foolish things wherever they are.
Right.
And people who are accustomed to thriving will thrive wherever they are.
Right.
That's why you look up into certain people that you know, you be like, damn, no matter what that dude do, he always successful at it.
Right.
Or whatever she does, it's always a successful situation.
Right.
It's because they knew that they needed to claim that concept within. So I'm not knocking anybody from relocating because sometimes you do, to some degree, burn out or exhaust your possibilities in that place. Only thing I say is have a plan for wherever you go and whatever you're going to do. Don't let the plan be, I'm going to magically land here in the West Coast or the Midwest or, you know what I mean, the Northeast or South, Southeast, whatever, and just think that it's going to automatically just change for you.
Well, what I think the meme actually was implying was, especially here where we live, Jersey, and area we live, Trenton area, whatever. A lot of people has moved to Atlanta. Hell, we even got that I'm part of often. It's called T-Mac, Trenton Makes Atlanta Cookout. So I'm sure I'm almost at the point where somebody local, I know somebody local made that meme probably, right? Mm-hmm. But, however, where I do agree with you is you're supposed to already have the plan when you move. You don't just move because you see people shining in these other areas. You know what I mean? That's where the good energy comes in at. I think some people, and whoever may have even created that meme, energy could have been in a hating area. Even though you stretch your mind in a different way, right? You stretch your mind to unpack and dissect things in a different way.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Which
Right.
has always been great, and it's always been a good thing. But a lot of people, I used to say all the time, they're very simple with things. Mm-hmm. So I believe that what's really happening is people are going down there because now certain family members, certain people that they see them being successful, yes.
Right, they see them thriving.
See them thriving. Mm-hmm. But they also say, I wouldn't mind a change of environment. And I honestly believe when people go to change their environment, they should go places where they have some support already, some family. So if they go down there, they go to Atlanta. Hell, they go to L.A. Mm-hmm. Let's just say Miami, Houston, all these different places.
Yeah, right. Any of those places, right.
When you go and you find something and you see the mark, you see it that it's not too different from what you're already dealing with back home, then it may encourage you to, because that might be a place where you can, may encourage you to move, because that might be the place where you can find more good energy of where you're going with. You know?
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people have already changed within when they decide to make that move.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Because relocating is going to take some changing of you. I just feel like before, of course you got to change. I feel like the moment somebody say, I want to change my environment, they've already changed within because they're tired of being a product of their environment.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to have that good energy of you're saying that you're going to be successful. You're going to make it. You're going to be good to go. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. But what I agree with you of, and what I think the meme was going with is, just because I go there don't mean I'm going to do better.
Right.
That's just what that means.
Right.
So you still can't take your BS or your things that you need to work on.
Exactly.
And just take it to Atlanta.
That was it.
And
my
think
point
that
exactly.
everything is just fine. Like you still can't do that.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Nah. I think, like I said, I think that, like you just when you were saying about the whole situation of like once you make the commitment that you're going to move, you already kind of have already changed your mindset. At least you should have anyway.
Right.
I think back to, like, for instance, I'll give you a good example. Kid graduates high school. They go to college. They've never left their own backyard in most cases up until that age, 16, 17, 17, 18 years old. So the thought of being able to go somewhere else and be able to just have a different experience at still a young age in life, and knowing that, quote unquote, home is always going to be there. They go there, and in that 3 to 4 year period while gaining an education, They get to take in some of the culture that's there.
Right.
They get to see some of the things. They get to know the town. They get to know some of the different things that would make them say, I need to make a decision after these 4 years. Am I going to stay here? Because I've been living here, let's just say hypothetically speaking, from 18 to 22. So that little time period, that age group right there, you've seen some things. You party, right. You know the responsibility of getting up. You might have a job that you got to go and deal with.
Right.
You've already kind of started to some degree live life.
Right.
I know a lot more people who have had success who did that, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
That never came back after they went to college. They just pretty much stayed there.
Majority of my people that I know that relocated, they were either in the military or in college.
Right. Okay. And they had been there in enough time period to be able to do it. So, but when they went there open-minded to the fact that there was going to be a whole world and culture that was different there, right?
Right.
And they were young. Maybe the responsibilities was different. Maybe they weren't married. Maybe they didn't have kids, or maybe they had all of those things, but it didn't matter because they knew they had to be there for the next 3 to 4 years.
Right.
So they went there with the understanding that I have to adapt to that environment. And in that period, they fell in love with the environment more often than not, and they stayed there. I'm not knocking nobody for going whenever they're going. It's just a difference in it. When they went there, their purpose was to get an education or to be able to, like you said, serve in the military and be able to live in that environment while they had
to. And it became their home.
And it became their home. I'm saying for the people who have the mindset that, woe is me, life ain't good for me here, I can't do nothing, I'm not capitalizing.
Right.
I'm going to this place. Because it's going to, once again, Merlin, it's going to magically happen.
Now, even with that, though, I still encourage them for the move because it's already, again, taking it, what that mean, it's taking a change within them to understand that they ain't got nothing going on here.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I get the concept of it.
But things are going on.
Yeah.
No, you see what I'm saying?
No,
life is going on around you, but it's not going on for them.
Right.
It's in there. You know what I mean?
I get it. But at the same time, they may need just to relocate and change their environment and for them to reach their full potential of really what the purpose is. See, here's the thing. If you're home and everything's going good, why would you even think about relocating? Unless an opportunity came to you.
Right.
But a lot of these people who made this decision, I feel like an opportunity has come to them.
Now that's different.
And it doesn't support the meme, the funny of the meme.
Right.
That's why you don't see that part. So if I can't, so if Barnaby comes around the corner, I don't even know who that is, right? He come around the corner, right?
Right.
And boom, what's up, B Money? Bar, hey, what's up, baby?
What's happening?
What's up, baby? All right, right? He come around the corner,
right?
And then Barnaby Jones. That used to be a show. Yeah. So he come around the corner, and he say, "Man, I'm getting ready to move to Atlanta, man. Yeah, ain't nothing working out for me around here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm getting ready to go on down there, man, and hey, man, sit back, start over.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. And we walk off. Somebody say, shh, man, Barnaby ain't never been about nothing anyway. Just because he going down Atlanta, he think he gonna start over in his life. But Barnaby might not have told you about the conversation, you know what I mean, that T Money just called him with and said, hey, yo, bro, I know up there you struggling, ain't nothing going on. I just talked to my supervisor. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I know you still know how to do that, know how to still lay that concrete down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We looking for somebody that come down. We gonna start them making $19 an hour laying concrete.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Come get this job. Now, why wouldn't Barnaby talk about that? Because even though Barnaby knows how to lay concrete, Barnaby kind of wanted to be a rapper too. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So everybody think he never said he was going to go down there for his rap career, but he just going to go down there, he going to get a job, he going to do what he do. Now he go down there, he start laying down the concrete, and he realized having a job wasn't his issue. He realized the environment that he was in, and a lot of people that he hung out with always complained about not having something or not doing something. No good energy.
Right.
So now Barnaby goes down there with his cousin T Money.
Right.
And they sitting there, he laid the concrete, then when him and T Money get off, They go around, they shoot a little bit of pool, and now he meet another dude, and this dude over, oh, yeah, man, I'm a landscaper. I cut grass here. Oh, yeah, this and that. Hey, man, come watch the game. And next thing you know, Barnaby meet him a young lady or something. He ain't had no kids. I'm going to put that out there.
Okay.
And now he meet a young lady, and they start. Now it's like, damn, Barnaby went down there and really did
Absolutely.
what he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
So I think the issue is with a lot of people, too, and why I made the meme so funny is every time somebody talks about relocating, they say they're going to Atlanta. That's just like the number one spot.
Yeah.
But when you know people that went to Charlotte, to the DMV, to out west, you see what I'm saying? And you see them doing better, it did change them, the relocation.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because
Absolutely.
where we come from, not personally where me and you come from in the house,
Yeah.
but Trenton, New Jersey, it couldn't be a big holdback for a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean it can be, but I always say that more often than not, you know, I mean we keep ourselves in solitary confinement. We keep ourselves in areas that prevent us from growing. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, Barnaby's case.
Barnaby,
I mean that was funny. Barnaby and T Money, you know, all of that, it worked out great.
Right.
And for the person who is strong-minded like a Barnaby, it didn't matter if it was Atlanta or, you know, like you said, any of those other locations, Miami or you know, L.A. or wherever.
Right.
What more or less made sense for Barnaby is he had to convince himself that he can even do it.
Right.
And see, once he convinced himself that he could do it, then there was no stopping him.
Mm-hmm.
And like you even used in a situation where, you know, the people that he was most often around were bad energy people.
Right.
There were so many factors
Yeah.
that pushed Barnaby to that situation.
But that's what I believe makes most people want to relocate.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the reason why, like, I don't know if you know the same people, obviously.
Yeah.
If you look on it, the comments were it was so flippity because you could almost look at the comments and tell who would go and who wouldn't.
Yeah.
Just merely off of that.
Right.
And I just want to say, like I said, once again, I'm not in opposition of recognizing your circumstances and wanting a change of scenery at all.
Right.
All I was saying is the magical element of it, which is what, you know, was being basically put out there in the meme. Just to think that it's magically going to equate to success is different.
I think, and I hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
But I think again, my idea of a lot of people that relocate, I don't think, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and don't believe that they're thinking of the magical. Let me tell you why. Because they know that it's a lot that go with it. I think who creates the thing that, not saying you, create the magical thought that they have that in their head is the people who won't even attempt. You understand what I'm saying?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Them the ones that create it's almost like a form of hating, they saying.
Right.
Because if a person says, I'm relocating, I'm trying to do better for myself and all that, that ain't nothing but good energy. You can't knock a person for trying to do what they feel is better than
But that meme that we're talking about was geared towards the one you're describing now.
Yeah.
That's where that meme was being described.
Because you got to change within, and that's the truth. That it's almost like that's a given. If I'm relocating, I can't. There's so many things that's different. I got to change within to be able to even adapt. See, every time we don't realize how many times we change within just from adapting to different things.
Yeah,
we have to.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the problem is, some people are literally just afraid to relocate. And because they're afraid and they don't want you to know, they're downplayed.
Oh, yeah.
They're downplayed all day.
Most of the time, you know, like all right, I'll give you an example. Even myself, sit back. It's not that you're in opposition of it, but you don't really think about it sometimes.
Right.
When you're trying to figure out, like you said, how to win first, wherever you are.
Right.
All right, so me and you was having a conversation.
Right.
I was talking about my daughter, and she's, you know, she was considering colleges in different various parts of the country.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And she had mentioned, you know, on the West Coast. And I was like, you know, yeah, man, you know. I told her, you know, me and your mother, you know, we had to look for a secondary place or something out there so we can go out there and live out that way. Now, granted, first and foremost, you know, they're your kids, but you got to let them grow.
Right.
First and foremost. Second of all, the conversation that we were having, it actually even popped into my mind that it was a possibility that, you know, maybe that's not the worst idea in the world, having somewhere else, you know, that you can actually go to.
It's the best idea, and I'm going to tell you when you finish talking.
Right. So, but here's the thing, like, sometimes in the midst of it, like I said, that meme is just being pointed out or directed to a audience of people who have, in my opinion, unrealistic expectations based on the fact that it's just happening because of the relocation. Tying what we are talking about today in the topic of this concept, this conversation, is good energy.
Right.
The good energy part of what made me think it was in connection to my child possibly, you know, going to further her education.
Right.
It took something like that to make me turn around and even create the notion of it being a possibility that maybe that could be a secondary option.
Right.
Right? Now, before, I may have just been thinking from the perspective of, well, you know, if she does well here, well, you know, it is what it is. We're here and life goes on.
Right.
And whatever happens from there, happens from there. I'm just pointing out sometimes how it's the other things that actually even open your mind up to it. Now, it had nothing to do with me.
Nah.
My consideration actually had nothing to do with me, but I don't expect my life to be different.
Yes.
If it does happen. That's all that meme was being
Yeah.
directed.
You don't but your life is different because you relocated and your environment is different.
Yeah.
But what you're saying is, for some people, when they say they need to change, I took that meme as just because you go to, let's say Atlanta, doesn't mean you're going to be successful and as great as you think it may be in your mind.
I took it the same
now
way.
you gotta. That comes with what we always talk about. You know, risk management. You understand what I'm saying? A part of your plan, because of course, if you're relocating, you done planned on moving.
Right.
So with that plan on moving, you gotta have in the back of your mind, this just may not work. Now, for you, when you made the statement about relocating, if my niece went to college on the West Coast, right? And you said me and your mother had to get a secondary, and you said it first jokingly, right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Right? And then you said it wasn't a bad idea. I'm gonna tell you, first of all, I think the name of the book is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, or Habits of Highly Effective People. Can't think of the author's name right now. All right? What they discuss and what they talk about, you had what they call is the aha moment. Like, aha. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And that aha moment clicked because of a change. A change that was very important to you. Wait a minute. My firstborn wants to go to college on the West Coast. I made a joke, but all jokes don't make them funny. There's some truth behind it. I wouldn't mind having another place out there West Coast. That's not such a bad idea. And also why it's not a bad idea, anytime you invest in real estate, it just makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
But what I'm saying is that aha moment made you encourage and influence that relocation. It gave you good energy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're right.
the people that I was talking about earlier and first, they had an aha moment. They just didn't share it.
Yeah.
Now the ones that just say, man, I'm going down to Atlanta because Johnny Two-Toe down there killing them. I know I can't. Oh, brother, that's Johnny Two-Toe path.
Yeah.
That may not be your path.
My only thing is this, not to be funny, but
Johnny Two-Toe.
What happens 5 years from now when that place is in Atlanta and it's Wyoming?
Yeah.
You know, probably not. But, you know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? What happens then? So then everybody's going to say, yo, man, I'm on my way to Wyoming.
Yeah.
What happens 5 years after that? See, my thing is, I'm comfortable.
Oh, well, I ain't going nowhere because people go.
No, you're not. But I'm just saying, in that meme, that's what that was projecting.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're going to do it, pick wherever it is. I might have a business concept, right? That I think is going to be wonderful, but this is not the place for it to thrive.
Right. So all you saying is have good energy.
Have good energy. But this is not where it's going to thrive. I look up and I find out that it's got a better chance of thriving in Nebraska. Now, if I'm sitting around a group of people And all of these people turn around, and I'm sitting there and I'm chilling. And they say, well, what you up to, man? I say, yeah, man, I got this business concept I'm working on, man. I'm even possibly thinking about relocating. Relocating where? Where? Where about Atlanta? Nah. We going to Miami or something? Nah. We going to Charleston? Nah, man. Somewhere in the West Coast, LA? Nah. Where you going? Nebraska. Nebraska? That's what people do.
Yeah.
Because this year is Nebraska. But 5 years from now, when 23 other people that you know say they going to Nebraska, Nebraska becomes the next.
Hold on, what you think?
I think it's a wonderful mask. And I think that people should get them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay healthy.
Yeah, stay healthy out there. Listen, man, once again, this is brought to you by the merchandise from the Porch Podcast.
Yes.
Make sure you get one. That's all I'm saying, all right?
That's it.
All right, go ahead. Finish your wisdom.
Yeah. So, my only thing with all of that, man, is first and foremost, capturing your good energy.
Right.
All right. So we're getting back onto that. Capturing your good energy.
Right.
If your energy, because people are always going to be a part of it. I don't care if you're a single man or whatever. You still want to be around good energy people.
All the time.
If you don't recognize that to be available where you are, I would advise you to first and foremost eliminate the negative energy.
Right.
Sometimes you got to get rid of certain things in life to be able to gain others. I always tell you all the time, the absence of one thing is the presence of another.
Right.
So if I can get away from as much energy draining situations and people as I possibly can, you'll see that your life is a lot better just from totally separating yourself from that environment and people from the beginning.
And to piggyback off what you're saying, not to go back with the meme, but it's going to support what I'm saying. It's the meme said change is start within.
Starts within.
Not moving to Atlanta. Right?
Right.
So, in order for you to understand everything you just said,
Right.
that starts with change within.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, shout out to everybody, mostly everybody that I know that relocated. I know them, and when I talk to them, I can see their change within.
Oh, that's good.
First, I seen that first. Some people, like you said, they just, all right, DJ Ronsky. I remember DJ Ronsky first signed up for the military. We just had this conversation the other day. I know he don't give a damn. So when you sign up for the military, you're supposed to pick about 3 different places you want to go.
Right.
I think he picked Virginia, Maryland, and he had to pick one out the country. And it was Germany. This guy ended up in Oklahoma. Right? He magically ended up in Oklahoma because they needed Merlin out there.
They needed Merlin.
They needed Merlin.
Right.
McGirt Merlin, the magician.
They said somebody who's going to go out there and
Yeah.
represent the country and make beats.
Right, exactly. So that's just what it is. So we laughed at. I remember when he first went because he was like, "Shh, it's that bullshit, man. I ain't even picked this. I don't know how the fuck I end up in Oklahoma."
Right.
Then he went to Iraq. None of that was part of the plan. Okay.
No, it was. It wasn't part of his plan.
Right.
Right.
But it was God's design because obviously he had to go through it. But this year makes 20 years that he's lived out there.
See that there? We went out there.
Yeah, we went out there.
And
I've been out there about 3 times.
Yeah.
And that shit sound bad because I've been out there 3 times in 20 years. But I've been out there. Yeah, that shit,
Bullshit friend.
Yeah, that's my brother. I talk to him every day. Shout out to him. He gonna
My
say
little
something.
brother, man. I be out there, man.
Yeah.
At least 3 more times so I can top E.
Yeah, so listen. I say that to say he went out there with no intention, no plan. He had to change within to be able to adapt.
Absolutely.
Right. That's number 1. Another person. Shout out to my boy, Issa Badu. We call him Issa Badu.
Absolutely.
Baduism. You know what I mean?
Shout out to little brother.
Shout out to, so he went to Coppin State.
Right.
Graduated from Coppin State. I was there.
Right.
Watched him walk.
Right.
I was there with him.
Are you a good friend again now?
Yeah,
All right,
I was
welcome back.
there, right? So he came back to Jersey. He worked here a little bit. just wasn't moving for him.
Right.
He had a college degree. You know what I mean? Bachelor's.
Mm-hmm.
Turned around and he applied. Started applying for jobs. Something said apply back in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. I'm gone, man. I got hired back down there. Where goes back to your theory of the 4 years that a person spends in time to get adapted to it and this and that. I go visit. I done been visit him a few times. I ain't go to his new house yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But my point is, he changed within to adapt.
Two good success stories.
Now, it's a lot of couples I know that when they went to Atlanta, I ain't gonna say no names because that'd be putting too much of their business. I was happy that they did because it made it better for them, for their relationship.
Absolutely.
It kept certain people off the corner.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
Definitely know what you,
some of my homeboys kept, that's down there. And I see them every time I'm down there. They done went to jail when they was up here.
Right. Yeah, nah.
If that ain't a change, then that's within. I don't know which one is.
Yeah, and that wouldn't apply to them. So that mean wouldn't apply to them.
Right.
You know
so
what I mean?
just think that a lot of when the people who create those memes, I think some of it is envying them because they want to do the same thing.
I think that more or less that person probably has either encountered someone that they knew directly that is still struggling with it, or either someone that they know directly that is doing exceptionally well.
Right.
Once again, the concept about what we was talking about was good energy.
Right.
When you're the person who has become comfortable in life regardless of wherever you are,
right,
getting outside of the box or your comfort zone, as they refer to it, isn't something that you ever think about because you're only thinking about where you are.
Right.
You don't think you can get more comfortable or have more success or do anything more than what you currently are. That's you're comfortable in your zone, that box. Right. So when someone comes to you and they tell you, I'm rolling the dice, let's just say this person has no clear, concise plan other than the fact that I need to leave from here.
Right.
Nothing good is happening for me right here.
In this spot.
Right. You can't do anything but support the fact that they're at least willing to try. I'm good with that.
Right.
I think that meme, because you want people to laugh, and I'm not trying to be funny, but most memes, you want somebody to laugh at them. That's why they create them. In every form of a joke, there's some truth.
There's some truth, right?
And those memes, they don't apply to everybody, but for those that they do apply to, everybody, because like I said, everybody knows it. Isn't it funny? I'm gonna say this. Isn't it funny how everybody has a plan to go someplace else? Atlanta, Miami, the West Coast, wherever you want to go, out of the country, wherever you want to go.
Right.
Right. Everybody announced that I'm gone, baby. I'm relocating. I'm doing my thing. They'll go out and they'll let it be known. For some people who just got that kind of energy that's high strung like that, right?
Right.
But if it don't work, they sneak back in town.
Yep.
Look up and see.
They never say. They never put on the song that used to always be on American Idol. I'm coming home.
Right. Like
for the place that I am known. I don't even know that's how I go.
And they sneak back in town. It's just crazy shit. They sneak back in town,
hey, man,
right?
Hey, it's only weird if you're allowed to be.
Right. When they sneak back in town, you like, damn, you just here to visit somebody? And they like, nah, man. You know what's crazy, man? It's out there, shit. Moms hit me like, yo, it's weird, yo, not having you here. Like, your mom probably ain't say that, man. Your mom probably was like,
they capping. That's what you.
They cap. That's when the young boy shit come up. That's when the cap. Yeah. And it's like, you don't have to sneak back in town, bro.
That's how they do it. They be like, or they'll tell you, they hit you with if they hit you with that line, they hit you with that line right there. Oh, bitch, they ain't never trying again.
They ain't trying again. Or they got out there and hit rock bottom and shit. And it's
that's
like,
what I'm saying. Whoa. But if they hit you with that line, I'm just coming back up for a little bit. I just gotta, just help my mom get back on her feet. All that about something. And then you look at them and say, They failed. They failed, right? They failed,
right?
But they ain't they ain't break their whole shit. They just sprung it a little bit. Because here's the thing.
Right.
Let me tell you why. When they hit you with that first, for real. Think about it. When they hit you with that first line, mom said it was weird. So everybody want their mom to live forever.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be forever weird all the time.
Right.
But when they hit you with that line, gotta help my mom out a little bit,
Yeah.
and I'm going right back.
Right.
Nah, that's the I gotta get myself back on my feet.
Yeah.
And move, because here's the thing, real quick.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You about to say
Real
the same
quick.
thing. Go ahead.
How you got that much? You just started last year. How you got that much time
That's
to
the same
be
mom.
off?
That's the same mom you had before you left.
Right.
Okay.
But how you got that much time
Right.
at your job that you
Yeah.
just started last year?
Yeah.
To come back and say, yeah, I just took a leave
Yeah.
of absence. You
Yeah.
ain't even
You
qualified
lying.
for one. What they
capping.
call him? They call him capping.
Yeah.
Bow.
Yeah. Little black gun with the orange little wheel in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No. And you're right, because this, let me tell you what they, first and foremost, whoever does it, all right, and we bullshitting, but because if it don't work for you, you know what I mean, get back on that horse. We too big, me and E, tell y'all all the time, man, you know what I mean, failure is just part of the mission or just part of the process and success.
Right.
Don't fall off it and leave it. Now, here's the thing, the only people that need to do that
Right.
is the people who grandstand and create this big exit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, throwing me a party tonight,
Right.
man. Just need to come through. What's that? Going to Atlanta party? Oh, okay. Or going to Miami party? Yeah. Come through. They throw a party,
Right.
right? They sneak back in town. When you see them, because you see them that one time, you ain't paying no attention. You might be like, damn, okay.
Right.
That's what's up. Maybe they is up here visiting my birthday or something.
Right.
Damn, I hope everybody okay. No death in the family or nothing. You see them. You see them a couple more times, and then you just, next thing you know, you be like, damn, yeah, man, what's up? You know what I mean? You still in Atlanta? Nah, man, I wound up coming back here because my mom's, man, she said it was weird. And you be like, and that's a good excuse though, right? If the shit don't work out. No, think about it. It's a good excuse because, listen, who gonna question that?
What you say?
Like, nah, man, shit ain't work out, man.
She said it was weird.
I went out there to be a tennis coach and shit. You be like, bitch, you didn't play tennis here. You never played. Now you gonna go out there and shit ain't work. You know what I mean? I had to get away. Or they hit you with the bunch of the smoke, bro.
A tennis coach.
And hit you with some shit like, you know what I mean? I'm tired, man. Man, I'm gone, baby.
Yeah.
All this bad energy and bad vibes, good vibes only, baby. I got to get away from this shit because they're telling you they trying to hold me back. Same people help you bring that shit back in the house that you had. They help you carry that same shit back in your room. You know?
Hey, yo, and this how they hit the look. Because they'll be your day ones.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, don't tell nobody I'm back, man. Just
gonna
let them
tell
see
nobody.
me. Just let them see me. They don't tell nobody they back. Then they had an Aunt Walker party the next week.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's where everybody gonna be at.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Update. Put a little post up real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With AZ on it. I'm back.
Man.
And you picture you and your boy when your day one come back home.
Yeah.
You be thinking, damn, was he locked up? I ain't
Yeah.
seen him. He wasn't locked up. He was in Atlanta being a tennis coach.
Now, I remember, though. I honestly remember, though, somebody when they moved.
Yeah.
They went to Atlanta. They came back. And now they back down there. But when they moved, they explained that, you know what? It ain't the time for me right now to be there.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And when they first moved, they didn't even come all the way back to Jersey. They moved to Carolina.
Okay. That's all right.
Yeah, because what it was is, no, what they really was doing is they knew they wanted to relocate from here. Mm-hmm. But they just wasn't sure exactly where they wanted to be.
Got you.
And then in the business that they're in, it's easy for them to get another job.
Okay.
And then for a while, came back and said, you know what? For me to find out where I want to go, I'm going to come back and then travel different places, try to fill out areas. But I'm going to come back here right now. I'm going to give myself a year. Literally got a year lease, rented a house for a year, figured out, all right, hey, I'm going back to the Atlanta area. Went back, been there ever since. That's a person that I feel like had a risk management plan, as we call them. No, because we don't call them plan Bs.
No, not at all.
We don't call them plan
Eliminate
Bs.
it, right.
But they followed their plan, and now they're being very successful, got their own business,
That's what's
doing
up.
everything about
That's
it.
what's up.
But they had made that change within. But they wasn't the type of person that did that celebration. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. We
Yeah.
joked about that person, but
Yeah.
but it's funny because we want to see everybody win.
Yeah, because we desire good energy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We
like,
love it.
Wherever we go, you know what I mean? Like we're always in there trying to not steal the thunder or be the life of the party for everybody. But certain people just have an aura about them that when they're involved,
Right.
it's always a good time, good chi or good energy or whatever
Right.
you want to call it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I get it. I get why people feel like certain places have exhausted that for them, and I understand. I just want them to be comfortable with the fact that you can separate yourself from that while developing what your next move is,
Right.
so that you have all your ducks in a row, so that when you make that move, even though it may not go smooth initially when you get there, at least your purpose, at least your plan, at least your energy is already ready.
It's already in the right place.
Because let me tell you, if you got bad energy here, or you're, now I'm not, all right, I'm going to say this correctly.
Right.
If you want to be around people with good energy, but you can help sometimes, more often than not, being in places where the energy isn't necessarily good and people can have negative energy. Whether you believe it or not, it rubs off on you.
Right.
You absorb some
you
of
become a product of your environment.
it. You become a product of your environment and those who are in your environment.
Well, see, here's the
Right?
thing. And I'm going to let you finish.
Yeah.
Let me let you finish.
Okay, so as that happens, guess what? You leave here, because generally what usually happens, somebody goes and visits a place before they say that that's going to be the place that they go. They may go 2-3 times and say, yo, I like it, Tampa.
Yeah.
I like it. You
I
go
like
there?
Tampa.
Right.
I really like Tampa.
You know what I'm saying? So they may turn around and go 2-3 times and say, you know what? Every time I went, it ain't got nothing to do with going to the club or nothing like that.
Nah.
I just like the vibe, the energy, the people that I was around.
Right.
They have already seen firsthand how that can go. Now, guess what? Them people that's there, they may feel a little bit differently about the person that come. They might be saying, yeah, the guy's cool when he comes here. It seemed like he came from a place where he was like under a lot of stress or something there.
Right.
Because every time he comes back here, we almost kind of got to make him feel comfortable again. Like, yo, welcome back. How's the family? How's everybody? Yeah. And you see it kind of melt off of them.
Yeah.
Those things, those are ploys. Those are what, you know what I mean, draw and pull you.
Right.
And that's cool. But like I said, recognize that inside of you, you have to make that change within.
Right.
Make that adjustment first. And then give it a shot.
Well, here's the thing. Like I said, when I'm talking about the product of environment, Pastor Darius Daniels, the pastor of Change Church.
Okay.
He did this thing one time and explained that, he came to the office.
Okay.
And it was cold. I mean, it was brick outside.
Mm-hmm.
So he went to the office. And when he went into the office, when he got inside, he realized he left his bottle of water in the office.
Okay.
I mean, in the vehicle, in the truck.
Mm-hmm.
He said, man, I got some water in the refrigerator. I ain't going back out there. It's cold. He spent the whole day in the office. He was there for some nice amount of time. Mm-hmm. Came out. The water was frozen. He used that for an example to make people understand nobody's exempt of becoming a product of their environment. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody or nothing.
Hit that button.
Nobody or nothing is exempt.
Powerful point. Powerful.
This is why it is important when a person wants to relocate and visit different places to fill out the energy.
Absolutely.
To see the good energy.
Right.
You're not going to find how good the energy is 2-3 days or even a week. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to take multiple trips. You got to learn your spots, the areas that you think that you like. Like, we have a great, one of our great friends, you know what I mean? Mr. Officer Munn. Mm-hmm. We know how much he loves Las Vegas.
Oh, absolutely.
He never talks about moving to Vegas, but he loves that city. He likes to party there. He enjoys that city. That's his spot. That's what it is.
Absolutely.
He loves the energy there.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I'm a person, I like Vegas. I like Atlanta. When I went to Tampa, and I'm a Buccaneers fan, it was just like, yo, this is really different. It wasn't different, but it wasn't exactly the same.
Right.
I can feel the energy of Tampa.
Yeah.
Being good.
Yeah.
Same way I feel when I'm in Atlanta, though.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
And what I loved about when I was down there in Atlanta was, again, a lot of the people from our area relocated. When they all together, it's like, yo, y'all might not even mess with each other back up the way, but because we changed environments, It's okay.
When you went there,
Yeah.
here's the difference. When you went there, you had good energy in you.
Right.
You took it to a place
Right.
where you believed there was other good energy.
Right.
And you made sure that when you
And
got
that good
there,
energy made love.
right.
Right.
When you were sure that when you got there,
Yeah.
you wanted to find other people who were matching that energy.
Right.
Right? Because this is what you're doing.
Right.
And this is the purpose. It's a difference like we talk about when you're coming from a place and you don't know what you want.
Right.
But you know what you don't want.
Right.
And you go there now searching for that.
Yeah.
Because it looks a little bit different. You know
Right.
what I mean? It looks a little bit different. So that's why when you go to these places, especially you, E, as a DJ, bruh, like, talk about good energy. You're a DJ. Literally, you look at the energy in the room and can feel the difference in
All
the
the
changes
time.
and the switches. You're a person, even in your business,
Right.
recognizes that.
Right.
And so now, if it's in your business life like that, now obviously if it's in your personal life like that, it is a requirement for you.
Right.
But it doesn't require anybody to tell you, E, you should come out here and do this. No one has to call you from Tampa and say, hey, E, you should come out here because the energy is good to come and DJ. You're
Right.
a person who
Feel it.
you require that. That's part of who you are.
And
that's why you'll always have it wherever, regardless of wherever you go.
And before we wrap it up, I think really what it is, when I said that good energy made love, I just want to make it clear to everybody, I wasn't saying that in a
Physical way.
nah. What
Right.
I'm saying is when it's good vibes,
Absolutely.
you fall in love with it.
Great point.
That's what I'm
Great
saying.
point. No, great point.
Is you fall in love with it.
Yes, sir.
And then when you find another person and y'all got that same vibes and y'all running that same, you start to create a love for that person. Man, that's my man. Man, I love that nigga, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we be.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that, man. Man, I ain't got nothing but love for you, bro. I want you to do right.
Absolutely.
I want you to do good.
Absolutely.
And it rubs off.
Absolutely.
Because just like the bottle of water,
Absolutely.
you became a product of your environment.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I'm just telling everybody this, man. This is your boy, DJ E.
Mm-hmm.
Put it back, put it back, put it back, put it back, put it back. DJ E, Mr. Influential. And right there on the screen, that's my brother.
The original.
Okay. We want to thank y'all for watching this episode of the Porch Podcast, Good Energy. And
Absolutely.
please, if you haven't yet,
Mm-hmm.
go to YouTube. Find the Porch Podcast. That's, you see it, we put it up. The way we spell it on here, the Porch Podcast.
Absolutely.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. New episodes every week.
That's it.
Okay? You can also listen on Apple Podcasts.
Amazon Music.
Okay. Stitcher.
Spotify.
Radio 1.
Overcast.
Thank you. This has been the Porch Podcast. We holla at y'all. Thanks.
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Peace.